Recently, something really interesting was released in early access. It is called Natsura, which is basically a new foliage modeling toolkit for side effects Houdini. It enables Houdini users to create realistic plants, especially trees, for games, film, and visual effects in general, using a combination of parametric modeling, botanical simulation, and rules-based controls. So in essence, Natsura blends procedural techniques with plant knowledge in one place, allowing you to craft vegetation that looks natural, but I think most importantly works in a production pipeline. This toolset was created by two 3D artists who developed it after prototyping foliage tools in Side Effects' internal projects. And by the way, it has already been used in Project Elderwood, which is a Side Effects tech demo showcasing procedural natural environments in Houdini and Unreal. So to start, one of Natsura's core strengths is its flexible, modular node-based workflow, which I think will make it feel familiar to Houdini artists. And just so you know, every plant is generated by a network of Houdini nodes. So you will build trees by connecting specialized foliage nodes into a procedural graph. For example, a tree's trunk can be constructed as a chain, as a chain of generator nodes, and branching patterns are controlled by branch nodes plugged into the trunk. Under the hood, this tool leverages Houdini new Apex Graph Evaluation Framework to handle these networks efficiently. You see, the node-based approach gives you granular control. Its node graph for a plant can be as detailed as needed, and a recent demo showcased a realistic birch tree created with a network of 31 nodes, built in about an hour. This recipe can be tweaked or reused to generate variation of that tree, making it easy to produce a whole grove of similar trees with procedural variation. The node graph defines everything, about the plant's form, and because it is Houdini native, it can interact with other Houdini systems. One thing I have to mention is that while Natsura provides parametric modeling tools, it distinguishes itself by incorporating botanical simulation to mimic how real plants grow and respond to their environment. This means generated trees aren't solely shaped by user-defined parameters, but can also grow according to natural rules. Natsura includes simulations for concepts such as gravitropism and phototropism, which are things that you probably never heard of, but they mean something simple, which are the tendencies of branches to grow influenced by gravity and light direction, which is a natural thing in nature. So Natsura's growth engine also supports collision-aware growth. You can place collision objects in the scene, like walls, rocks, or other trees, and the plant will adapt its form to avoid or grow around those obstacles. And because Natsura exists inside Houdini, it integrates exceptionally well into production workflows compared to external tree generation software. You see, in traditional pipelines, you often have to use standalone tools like SpeedTree or Plant Factory to model generation and then import the results into a 3D software or game engine. But with Natsura, the entire process happens within Houdini's procedural environment. This means you can, for example, grow a tree and then immediately apply a wind simulation using a Houdini solver on that same node network. In fact, Natsura's node-based plant can be fed into any Houdini solver to generate dynamic effects like wind animation or growth over time, without leaving the Houdini session. Another standout feature is the rich data output from Natsura's growth simulations. Beyond the geometry of trunks, branches, and leaves, Natsura can output per point or per branch attributes that carry useful information. For example, the system can generate attributes for branch thickness or distance of each branch from the trunk, and even mechanical strain or stress on the trunk in addition to the limbs. Being in Houdini also means Natsura outputs are easily combined with other content. Early presentations have demonstrated hybrid techniques, such as using a 3D scan trunk of a real tree and then generating a procedural canopy, meaning branches and leaves on top via Natsura. You see, this approach leverages the realism of a scan for the large trunk shapes and the flexibility of procedural generation for the final growth, which shows how this can be used practically. In a similar fashion, this tool can work hand in hand with game engines too. For instance, one workflow is to generate a tree structure in Houdini, Then use Houdini's Unreal Engine procedural content generation framework to instance leaves on the tree inside the game engine itself. And by doing so, heavy leaf geometry doesn't need to be exported from Houdini. Instead, the tree skeleton is exported and the engine populates the foliage in real time, which is a fantastic thing. So as you can imagine, these kinds of integrations actually show how important this tool can be. I mean, when it comes to creating natural environments inside Houdini and Unreal. Its power lies in not being an isolated tree modeler, because it is literally designed to slot into VFX, animation, or game development pipelines where data exchange and flexibility are really important, and this Natsura thing hopefully does this really well. And there you have it, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to the channel to receive more news like this. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.